Kate, back-to-back Final Four is something never been done at the University of Iowa, and you get to be a part of it. Just what's this moment like for you?
Yeah, it's super special. Obviously, that was our goal all year, and I think a lot of people, might not have believed that we could get it done with losing a couple starters from last year. So it means a lot, and it's super special, and I'm really proud of everyone.
What do you make of this moment?
Oh gosh, I don't even know. I'm just really happy, honestly. I feel super grateful that I'm a part of this team, a part of this program, and I'm just gonna enjoy this win for now, and then we'll turn the page, tomorrow or something.
What's it like to have? I mean, just about everybody got into this game and had a chance to contribute. Does it feel like this was just a total team effort, that everybody had a chance to play their part in this one?
Yeah, I think it shows, that we have a really deep bench and we've had a deep team. We've actually lost one of our starters and we still have a really deep bench. So I think we're going to need that, and we needed that throughout the entire postseason. And I'm just really proud of everybody who stepped up and came in. Taylor only got to come in for a few seconds, but that is so important for our team. And then Addie and Kylie coming in off the bench too. I think, that is so important for this win, and we wouldn't be here without any of them.
I didn't see any intimidation from you or your teammates in the paint. And you went, to the basket many times in this game. Was that a stressed piece of strategy to just not be intimidated and go after it?
I don't know if it's that. It's more of that's what was kind of open for us. We had drives to the hoop, and we knew that we were either going to get to the rim or maybe a foul was going to get called. So honestly, we were just taking what was open for us.
What did you guys envision today? Because I heard something about some scissors.
Yeah, Coach Bluter, she's really big on, visualization and manifesting. And so when we were in our circle, we passed around some scissors because we wanted to, cut down the nets at the end of the game. And I'm a huge believer in visualization. I do it before every single game. You got to visualize positive things and they'll come to you. And so, I'm glad that we have a coach that believes in us like that.
What part about tonight's performance are you guys most, happy with?
I don't know. I thought we played a pretty complete game. We had 3 people in double figures, and we just had a lot of people come in off the bench and give big minutes. And so, our defense wasn't great all the time, but we put together, a really strong second and third quarter of defense. And I'm just really proud of how we were resilient tonight, too. They would get boards or they would get a couple scores in a row, or maybe we wouldn't score a couple times in a row, but, we never let that bother us. And so I was really proud of the way we stayed poised.
Caitlin Clark going off. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, it's just honestly something I'm just used to at this point. I'm just really proud of her and how she handles herself, and it's pretty fun to watch. You guys think you have a good spot, being on the court with her, that's the best spot in the house. So getting to watch that firsthand is pretty cool.
You mentioned that you're used to it, but obviously a game like this, a major game, championship rematch from last year, what was it like to see her kind of being cool, calm, and collected in a game like this?
Yeah, I thought she did a really good job of, staying poised and staying level-headed. I thought that was super necessary for us for this game, not letting, anything get to us and just rise above it all. And I thought she did a good job of leading us in that aspect.
Caitlin has another record now, most three-pointers in a career in NCAA history. What's it like for you when you're out there and you see her drain the deep ones? Does your jaw ever hit the floor? Or are you so in the moment that you don't even focus on it?
Yeah, I think it used to, my jaw used to hit the floor, but at this point, it's common area, we see that quite a bit. She's very skilled. Her three-point shot is amazing. The girl works harder than anybody. She's always in the gym, so she deserves everything that she's getting.
Which net cutting for the Final Four did you enjoy more, last year because it was the first since '93, or this one because it was against LSU?
Oh my gosh, probably last year because it was the first one. But I don't think you can compare them. I think they all feel about the same. They're both super duper cool, and I'm both proud of both of those.
I know you said all the right things coming into this one, but is there some sweetness in beating the team that beat you guys in the championship last year? Or does that feel pretty good for you, getting a chance to knock off the defending champions?
Yeah, I don't know. This isn't a rivalry for us. This isn't anything that we were, we knew we were going to, or we didn't care if we played them or somebody else. To us, it didn't really matter. But yeah, it's always nice to get to, a second chance in life, and you don't always get those, and we got another chance at playing them, and we capitalized.
My bodies feel a little sore, so recovery's the most important thing right now.
Yesterday, you seemed like kind of talking to you guys. Very business-like approach from you guys. Kind of the same for me. The similar feel as when you guys were preparing for the South Carolina game last year. Did you kind of get that feeling that it was just kind of similar to that, where it was just business as usual? You guys didn't make the game any bigger than it needed to be.
Yeah, I would say for sure. I think, it was kind of the same feeling. I feel like we thought that people didn't think we would win that game, and I feel like that was the same for the South Carolina game, and we had all the belief in the world in each other and in what the coaches prepared for us to do and the game plan, and I think that's all it takes really when you have that much belief in each other. Obviously the game's going to come with its ups and downs, and we had to play a full 40 minutes, but that's belief in each other is going to take you far.
After
When the brackets came out, how much were you guys? This bracket's tough because we're in it.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think for sure, we have to face these teams, but they have to face us. They have to face Iowa. They have to face Caitlin Clark. Imagine going to play offense and then having to turn around right around and guard Caitlin Clark. That's tiring in and of itself. And I think, any of the regions were difficult. There's so many great women's basketball teams. I wouldn't say that we were in a harder region. You still had to win so many games to make it to the Final Four, and I don't think we cared who we played or what region we were in. We were going to prepare for every game the same.
How much did your guys' conditioning really shine tonight?
Yeah, Coach Booter really believes in scrimmaging and getting up and down the floor, and we do a lot of that in practice the whole year really. So I think that really helps with our transition game. We get tired, but we can still keep running. And I think that kind of really wears teams down. And that's kind of the goal. Is in the fourth quarter, we're still running, we're still transitioning, and I feel like that's a big aspect of our game and our game plan going into the tournament for sure.
After the Big Ten championship, we saw the same thing when you and Caitlin and Kate get together and are taking pictures together. What do you three, specifically, say to each other in that moment after the game?
I would just say I love you guys. That's really what we say. And we did it, I don't know, kind of look around, soak in the moment together. We know that it's our last times going out on the court and playing with each other, and we just want to make every moment count on and off the court. I think I can speak for me personally, but I think we all think the same way as we win something and then we think about all the memories and all the success that we have, and I think that's where all the emotion comes from with us three at the end of the games.
That was a great basketball game to watch. What was it like to be in it?
It was fun. It was very fast-paced. I feel like we're two great scoring teams, so it was just back and forth. We like to run, and that's what we did the whole game. That was never going to change. So I think that really helped us, just being able to get out, even if they score a basket, being able to get out fast. And Hannah and Sydney ran the floor really well, just like they always do, and that was really a key, just running the floor. And I think that was really key in this game tonight.
And how did it feel to avenge that loss in the championship game last year?
Yeah, I was talking about earlier how when you're in the national championship game and you lose, that feeling stinks, and it stings because you work so hard for something and you come up short. So I think if this game was going to happen, we all were going to have it circled and we wanted it back. We knew if we believed in each other, we could beat this team and we could win tonight. So I don't know. I'm just really happy for these girls and these coaches.
And how's it feel to go to Cleveland?
Feels really good. I was saying how my dad lives there now, so I'll have a lot of family there, probably in the stands. So happy to maybe even be able to go home for a little bit. So yeah, excited.
Congratulations on today's win. With all eyes on Caitlin Clark, you step up in a major way. As a graduate student, can you define what this game meant to you?
It was super exciting. Obviously, Caitlin played extremely well and had a game of her life, and I think a lot of defense attention is on her, and so that opens us up for opportunities, and she has all the confidence in the world for us to step up and knock down those shots. And I put in the work and I put in the time, and I have confidence in myself to take those opportunities.
What part about tonight's win were you most happy with about what you guys did well?
Yeah, I think a lot of people tried to make this something it wasn't. We didn't look at it as a rivalry game, and we were focused on us. We weren't focused on LSU leading up to the game, and I think we really stuck together and our circle was tight and we didn't let the outside noise get in.
I got the feeling that there was like a business-like feel to it. I know your role was a little bit different last year. Was the business-like feel going into the South Carolina game last year similar to the same feel as this year for this game?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, every game we approach the same way, same mentality, and once we step on that floor, it's just us, and we're not worried about anyone else but us. And last year's last year, so it's kind of hard to compare to that, but I think every game we go in with the same mentality.
Is there something special too in the amount of people you guys got a chance to play in this one? I mean, Kylie got some minutes and Taylor got some minutes and Addie played great out there. I mean, it seems like you guys just, even though Caitlin had some big numbers, you guys just had a total team effort out there.
Yeah, I think we really built off of our Colorado game, and that was one of our best basketball games all year against Colorado. So keeping that momentum going into this LSU game was super important, and we have confidence in everyone to come off the bench, whether you play 40 minutes or you play 5. Like, we know you're going to go in there and do your role, and I think everyone on this team has really accepted that.
You got to be on the Big Ten All-Tournament team, and tonight you heard your name called for the All-Region team. How special of a moment was that for you to be a part of, with those names, with Angel and with Lauren Betts and with Caitlin?
Yeah, it's super exciting, and I'm grateful to see my name up there and see all the hard work that's paid off. But more than anything, I'm just happy to do it with these girls and happy to do it for this program. I'm so excited to get back to another Final Four.
Well, Coach, congratulations. This was a heck of a game out there. What did it take for your team to finish this one off tonight?
It was total focus. Our team was locked in this whole 40 minutes. I know they made a good run in that second quarter, but I thought the second half we were just in control the whole time. And I'm just so proud of the team effort and their just ability to focus on the task at hand.
It was such an all-around effort, too. I mean, you had Kylie, you had Taylor, Addie played some great minutes. I mean, just seemed like, you've talked about the bench, how good they are all year, but tonight they really showed it.
Well, I think so. I think, again, we had really good balanced scoring. I think we had 3 people in double figures and then somebody with 8. Hannah, I think, had 8. Addie came off, like you said, and played some great minutes for us. Caitlin did Caitlin things tonight, but Kate Martin, just a tremendous job defensively. A little bit mismatched down underneath, and she did a great job with that.
Some of the players have talked about you passing around those scissors before the game and doing the visualization. I mean, how much of a part did that play into your guys' success tonight?
I just am a believer in positive thoughts, and you get what you think about all the time. And if you think about, we got to play LSU or we got to do this, it's going to happen. But if you think positive thoughts, I'm just a big believer in that. So,
what does it mean to you that you guys didn't call a timeout until there was 1 minute left in the game? You guys are up by 12. Does that just speak to the game planning that you guys had?
Well, there was. I thought about it a little bit in that second quarter for a minute, and then we scored, or we got to stop, I think, and then a score. And so I thought, well, just keep going with it. Sometimes it's just a gut feel more than anything else. But yeah, I thought that second half we had great control of the game in that second half.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we just really had the confidence that we were going to come out and win this game, and especially like the fourth quarter, once we had that 10-point lead, we were confident that we were going to be able to close it out, and this was meant to be. Coach Bluter always says it's our destiny. We really just expected it, and we were excited, but obviously not as excited maybe if it was a buzzer beater win or whatever. But yeah.
How much will the message be that there's still more business to take care of?
Yeah, the goal is to win the national championship, so 2 more games and we'll be there.
How special is this moment for you, Addie? You went out there and there's a lot of people watching this game and you got a chance to show what you could do against maybe the best post player in the country. What are you feeling right now?
Just excited. I'm excited that I could go out and help this team in any way that we could, and that it resulted in a W, and we're going to the Final Four. It's just surreal, really exciting.
How did you keep your cool? Because again, you're a player who maybe doesn't get all the minutes as somebody like Caitlin or Kate. How did you keep your cool out there knowing you were coming off the bench and going in against such a tough opponent?
I think last year really helped with that, building confidence in myself, performing in practice, performing whenever I get into the game. Coach Jay always instills confidence in me that we're prepared for this moment, we're ready for the moment, we can go take it.
How did Jan prepare the bigs today for Angel Reese?
Yeah, I think a lot of it's like a mental battle with her because she's a great player, super aggressive. Goal was to just box her out, like be straight up, let her shoot her shots, get the rebounds, and she obviously had a lot of rebounds today, but we were trying our very best to limit those as much as we could.
You had a lot of Hawkeye fans really cheering for you out there in the stands. I mean, a lot of people. I could hear them behind me chanting your name, cheering for you, telling you good box out.
True, I heard that as well.
How special was that just to hear all of Hawkeye Nation really getting behind you today?
Yeah, I mean, that's the best thing about our fans. Our fans are just super loving and super supportive, and they love every single player on the team, whether you are a starter and play 40 minutes a game or you don't, but they just want us to win, and they just want the best for us.
What did you envision for this team today?
What did I envision? I envisioned cutting down the nets. Before in shoot around today, Coach Bluter passed around a pair of scissors, and we were visualizing cutting down the nets like since this morning. So that's what we were envisioning all day.
Like snip, 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 or like.
Yeah. She passed around the scissors. We held them. We practiced like cutting down the nets with them. So yeah.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. We did that this morning at shoot around.
What's you guys' attitude when you took the floor? I mean, there just seemed to be a different sort of aura about this team.
Yeah, I think we were just ready to go from the jump. Like, obviously, I think it was like 17-9 at some point. Like, we came out really ready. Obviously, last year's loss to them really fueled us, and I think everyone did super well today, and we all contributed, and just all wanted to win for each other.
What was different about this game than that one?
I mean, it's a different year, different team, but obviously we had that game to fuel us, and I don't know, we just have a lot of confidence in each other, and we just came out there and played our hearts out.
What was it like there in the post? It looked pretty rugged.
It was really aggressive, but I mean, we expected that coming in, and I don't think it was anything like over what we expected it to be. But yeah, it was a really good battle in the post.
Now you get to do something that no other Hawkeye's ever done, going to back-to-back Final Fours. I mean, what's this moment like for you and the team? I mean, has this even sunk in for you yet?
I don't think it's sunk in yet. It's just crazy. Like, I'm just so excited that I can't even comprehend all what's happening right now, but it's just so cool to be a part of it and to help the team in whatever way I could.
Back-to-back Final Fours, Hannah. What was the sentiment in the locker room once you guys were done? What did you say to each other?
Well, we haven't really had time to talk, so.
You still feel like you're this team's lucky charm right now? 2 straight in 2 years?
I don't know. It seems like it. I don't know. We'll see.
What was this game like out there? I mean, you're going against one of the best post players in the country, in Angel Reese. How did you battle with her this game?
Yeah, it was a really physical game. I thought I did okay. Obviously, we came out with the win, and that's the most important part.
How important was the post presence as a whole between you and Addie, and AJ even really provided some critical minutes out there, it seems like, going up against Angel?
Yeah, I thought Addie played amazing. I'm really proud of her. She did a great job, for sure.
Angel really gave you a lot of compliments coming up in this one. She really said how dynamic you were and how much she was going to have to work to guard you. How much does that mean to get praise from a player like that?
I think it means a lot. She is one of the best in the country, and it means a lot, her saying those things about me.
Yeah. What is the feeling? What is the emotion inside of you when the clock hits 0 and you know you're going back to the Final Four?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of speechless right now. Like, it hasn't really set in for real.
I mean, going back to back is just, that's special, and I just think, I don't know if you guys were here, but this team this year, I think it's just been a heck of a ride, and it's been, Lisa's deal was pressure is a privilege, and it is. We wouldn't want it any other way, but boy, this year had a lot. It's like when we first were trying to get this team to say that you're this year, you're not that year. Last year. And everybody's like, oh, we don't mind, we don't McKenna. And we're like, but look at what we have. And it took a while. And then, we got there. But then as the spotlight grew, with Caitlin breaking every record, right, and everybody wanting that, and then with our whole team, I mean, they had to shoulder it too. Because I think what people forget is that's instant motivation, and everybody's got to handle it. As much as when the opponent wants to take down Caitlin, or when everybody's talking about, they don't want her to break the records or whatever, everybody's showing out. And so this team just put their head down and was like, okay, we're going to enjoy it as much as we can. And then to end up at the Final Four, back-to-back, and being reps for the Big Ten, man, it's the stuff of dreams. As a coach in this stage of my career, when I think back to my younger days, and I'm just beyond thankful and so happy for Lisa. And Jenny Fitz, my goodness. Jenny is phenomenal. But Lisa, all the years, the way she's done it, and she's always had such great leadership and integrity, and I think she's done one heck of a job navigating this year.
Addie told us over there that you guys, before the game, were envisioning this with using the scissors, imagining kind of ghost cutting down nets.
Yeah.
At what point did you believe that this team could beat LSU today?
Well, when I think I told you guys this in the hallway when we got the brackets came up, I said, well, if we get to Cleveland, we're going to earn it, and we're going to be ready when we get to Cleveland, because we weren't shying away from it. But I feel like when, didn't play as great the first game against Holy Cross, weathered, that was such a hard game against West Virginia. And then the way we came out with a little lighter, and I thought that Colorado game, the way we played, I was like, okay, if we can do that again and we can handle all the noise, right? I was a little nervous today, I'd say, just because I wanted it so much, but it was more so I didn't want it to end. Because now when you get to go to the Final Four, that's as far as you can take it. And last year we got to play the very last day, another career goal. If we could do that again and this time bring home the big one, be awesome. But just doing that, so I felt comfortable that we could do it after Colorado. But when we weathered that run, when they scored 31 in the first, and no one batted an eye, and we came back in the second, and we were tied, and I felt this locker room. I thought, all right, because I could see where we were going with our transition, and I felt like we were getting stronger, and they were getting a little bit slower. I don't mean that disrespect. I could just see that the trajectory for us was going the right way.
People are going to speak about, obviously, Caitlin Clark, this team, but defense, look, that first quarter, I believe LSU shot around 60%.
Yeah.
Second, third quarter, way lower.
The defense I thought was pretty good. We stayed, in my opinion, I haven't talked to our staff, we probably stuck with our zone a little long in the first because they're so explosive. And we thought, I don't know if we can really, handle one-on-one. They do ball screen action too, but with Reese and with Morrow, well, sometimes you can't get out of it when you want to get out of it. You're like, but three kids hear you, but the other don't. So you kind of stay with it and boom, 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 boom. I think there was 3 or 4 threes. So then we went to more player, and then we threw in some zone. But I think when we settled, but I felt like after that first quarter, there's a lot of adrenaline. I thought, man, they can't keep shooting that much, and then when we switched our defense up, but I think Gabby Marshall was phenomenal. I know Flage got points, but she earned them. And that last steal when she jumped up, what was her vertical? It was 10, right, or something. But when she got that, you could kind of feel like, that ain't happening. Am I mistaken? Did we not see that? She deflected and she got the steal, right? So I think our defense was really good. 2, 3, and I think 4 was weird. How long? A half hour to play 20 seconds? We made that difficult. Jeez. But it's okay. We got the win.